Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at ChicnScratch. This is the project we're making today. Okay, I hope you enjoy the video. We have real red that measures 5.5 by 7.5, a scrap of basic white, a tag with real red that was cut out with the tailor-made tags, and then old olive that was cut out using the Tasteful Labels dies, and then heartwarming hugs designer series paper that measures 1 7/8 by 2 3/8. Okay, so we're going to set these aside for now, and we're going to stamp and color. We're using the Be Jolly stamp set tonight. Isn't it so cute? I should have used the little bird. Okay, so I'm going to use Memento ink. And these are the 2 images. Okay, so let's ink this up. Ho, ho, ho. Okay, there's that one. And then we'll stamp the Be Jolly over here on the side. I'm going to take my scissors and just cut him out. We're going to color him and then we're going to fussy cut him. So we're going to save the greeting for later. These are the markers I'm using. So light basic black, light flirty flamingo, dark daffodil delight, light petal pink, and dark real red. Okay. So I'm going to start with the basic black. I'm going to concentrate so I don't mess up. Ruh-roh. Bella's hungry for dinner. So his mittens or gloves are going to be black. And then his belt. So this weekend, Friday and Saturday, we moved Brooke to Topeka and Elvis and Gizmo. And she started, today was her first official day of teaching. She's quite exhausted. She said that the kindergartners were the best, and the 5th graders were not. I told her I prayed for her today like 3 times. Okay, we're done with the basic black. Now we're going to go with the red, and this is the dark red. Yes, they all 3 got settled in. Brooke stayed the first night there alone, and then we took the birds to her on Saturday. Now, the original plan was I was just going to help her move on Friday, so I hired movers to come and get all of her stuff and take it, and I followed them there and supervised while she worked. And she was going to come home on Saturday and get the birds and get her computers and just her medicine and her makeup, all the stuff that couldn't withstand, really hot temperatures. And her internet did not work. And if you're working and if you're a teacher, if you're working period, most people need their computer. She had to have internet. So she spent 5 hours on the phone with multiple people Saturday morning trying to get internet, and by the time she finally got it, she couldn't drive home and get them. So David and I had to load up the truck and take everything to her. So it turned into a two-day moving deal instead of a 1 day, but she is settled in now. She's all good. She sent us a couple pictures of her apartment. She's been unpacking and trying to get things situated. When the movers got done unloading everything, I ran to Target and got her a bunch of stuff like a shower curtain and rugs for her bathroom and Ziploc bags and aluminum foil, just kind of the basics. Yeah, and then when she got home, I was there with all of her stuff, so she got to help me unload it. She lives on the 3rd floor, so I can't tell you how many trips I've done to the top floor. I'm done now. Light petal pink for his face. Yeah, she's going to get in shape carrying all those groceries and everything she's got every day up and down three flights. Flirty Flamingo for his cheeks. Oh, I forgot to color his ears. Oh, and I forgot to color his mouth. There we go. And his belt buckle is going to be the dark daffodil. So we're done coloring. Now I'm going to take my paper snips and fussy cut. And I'm going to go super slow and hope I don't mess up. I did cut out one earlier, but I didn't have time to color him. So I'm going to go super slow and hope I don't mess up. I probably should have cut him out before I colored him, right? So I was going to ship all the Designer Series paper shares, or I was going to start the shipping process on Saturday since the Blackberry paper arrived. But since we moved Brooke, I had to do it yesterday. So I spent all day yesterday finishing, cutting and labeling and packing, and then I started the shipping process, and then I finished them today. So I have that box checked, and so now I can look at my calendar and decide on a date for my next bingo. I'm not gonna decide probably this week. I gotta have a little bit of rest. It's like I've gone from one thing to another to another to another. Oh goodness, I almost messed up there. And so I just need one weekend of absolutely no work. And then I will decide next week on the date for September. It will be September. We are skipping August. Next weekend, not next weekend, this coming weekend is Angie Recover weekend. I'm probably going to sew. I'm going to make the Halloween fabric baskets for the next bingo event, because yes, the next bingo event will be Halloween in September. Oh my gosh, I have the cutest Halloween fabric. It's going to be so hard deciding which one. Okay, not too bad. I could have done a little bit better around the little. This is the hardest part, is just cutting around that circle. Oh well. He's still cute. And he's jolly, isn't he? Where's my Wink of Stella? So now we're going to take our Wink of Stella and give him some shimmer. So I'm going to color the little, or not color, well, I guess it's technically coloring, right? So the little ball on his hat and that part of his hat, and then his coat. You can't really see this. And then also the cuffs on his coat. I like that he's a jolly looking Santa. Okie doke. So I did not go over the housekeeping notes at the beginning of the video. I'm gonna do them now. So this is my new host code for August. This is August 15th through the 31st. It's on my blog. If you join this month, well, August 3rd through 30th, if you become a Stampin' Up demonstrator, you get to choose one of these bundles on top of everything else you get. Don't forget to enter to win my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. All the details are over on my website. And then the designer series paper charts are complete, and I did get those posted on my website today. Yeah, they turned out beautiful, 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 beautiful. So I'm gonna score this on the landscape side, which is the 7.5 inch side, at 2, 3.5, 5.5, and 7. And then I'm going to turn it on the portrait side, which is the 5.5 inch side, and I'm going to score it at 1.5 and 4. I'm going to fold and burnish on the score lines. Okay, now I have to tell you, on this box, if you don't burnish with your bone folder, it's harder to fold. So definitely use your bone folder on this project. Some projects you don't have to. This one you do, okay? So now I'm going to cut this section off here. And then angle cut. And this section here. And then I'm going to cut up to the score line. Up. And up. And now I'm going to trim the 2 tabs, which is these 2 here. So has anybody made the connection yet that I am making the same box that was for the 12 weeks of Halloween, except it's going to be a Christmas box this time. So this is the same box. No changes in measurements. Here we go. It just got buried. Okay, come on. I'm going to fold this over. Okay, so that's the back of my box. That makes this the front. So I'm going to put my adhesive on the bottom front. Okay, so that's the back. This is the front. And so remember when I told you that if you didn't use your bone folder, so your sides here won't fold exactly right if you don't, let's see, do I have one? No, both of these are right. Use your bone folder so that when you fold, when you squeeze this, the sides don't cave in. That's the trick, okay? So I'm gonna take this tag that I cut out using the tailor-made tags, and I'm gonna cut it to measure 3 inches with my paper trimmer. And then I'm going to score it at 1.5. It is so quiet without the birds. I swear, every couple hours, I think I hear them. It's just, it's the weirdest thing. It's going to take a while. Yeah, and even like upstairs, like when I get up in the middle of the night or whenever I get up, I always tiptoe because I don't want to scare the birds, because you can scare them to death. In fact, when the movers were here, one of the guys said that he had a bird when he was a kid. And he said that his brother came in to scare him and he yelled and his bird dropped dead. That he really did scare the bird to death. I'm like, yeah, that happens. So we tiptoe a lot upstairs so that we don't scare them. And especially when I get up in the middle of the night. And yeah, last night I got up, I'm like, oh, I don't have to tiptoe anymore. It's not a bad idea to tiptoe anyway. But, yeah, it's very strange. Ruh-roh, I better stop talking. Get this stuck on here. There we go. Okay. There we go. There's that. Now we're going to add our ribbon. So this is the, what is it? Glittered organdy ribbon. Oh, wait, let's slide that aside for a few minutes and let's cut our greeting out. So we're going to use this one to cut the greeting out. And let me grab my little handy dandy mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Is the lighting okay with my video tonight? Because I kind of changed my setup. I'm trying to get it set so that I can show my face during some of the videos again. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm working on that. So I'm hoping that the lighting is as good or even better than before. If not, I can get that big ring light back over here. Okay, so I'm gonna bring the ribbon together like that and then thread it through this hole here. Now, so I have it like this, and now I want to add the greeting. Okay. It's a little challenging to do this and hold. Now, the greeting is on there. So now we're going to tie our bow. Got my bunny ear. This ribbon isn't my friend. I like it. It's pretty, but it's just not my favorite. So you're going to see another version of this box in a couple minutes. Once I'm done making this one, I'll show you another version. You can decide which one you like best. Yeah, I gotta start over. I really don't like that bow at all. Let me just do it and not think. Sometimes I think when I'm trying to think about it, I mess up. This one's better. We're a little white ribbon poor in the catalogs, I think. So I had a couple choices, but not a lot of choices when it comes to white. Okay, that looks good. That probably took me longer than the whole project, right? Okay, I'm going to use my liquid glue to add the Designer Series paper. And I want to make sure I get it on the sides and all over because it is going over the ribbon there. There we go. So I'm going to hold that for a second. There we go. Now he's going to get added, well, let's go ahead and add this layer, this old olive layer. That's going to go there. And the same thing, I'm going to use liquid glue. You could use dimensionals if you want to, but because we're using dimensionals on Santa, I didn't want to use it on this also. Now, I'm going to put one here and one here. And then we're going to add him. I'm going to have to work on that ribbon a little bit. Uh-oh, here. There we go. Now, so he goes there. And then we're going to add an embellishment. Wonderful Gems. That was Brookie calling me. Not sure how she forgot that I go live on Mondays. So I'm going to add it to the O on the Be Jolly. Isn't that kind of neat? I think so. Okay, I want to show y'all the one I made earlier and then the other option that you have. So here's those two that look identical. And then here is this one using the ribbon that I love, which is the black gingham. But this one looks more Christmassy. It's the traditional Christmas colors. And then this one is just a little different. Isn't it cute? Okay, y'all have a great night. Thank you so much.